Ask you this about, so Caitlin Clark obviously has been a hot button topic on the show and took the WNBA by storm last year. Now her team is going to have 41 of their 44 games nationally televised, while the reigning champs, the Liberty, only have 32.
Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are officially the most televised team in league history. 41 nationally broadcast games. That's more than the defending champs, more than the Liberty, more than anyone, ever. And get this, they didn't even make the playoffs last year. This isn't just another rookie story. Caitlin Clark's turning arenas into sold-out concerts. She's breaking viewership records, tripling ticket sales, and dragging the whole league into the spotlight, whether they're ready or not. But here's the twist. Not everyone's happy about it. Some are calling it hype. Others say it's favoritism. Meanwhile, 6 teams are literally moving their home games just to handle the madness when Clark shows up. So what's really going on here? Is this just the start of a basketball takeover or a cultural war in the making? Let's break it all down, and trust me, you're gonna want to see how deep this goes. Caitlin Clark made history again. The WNBA confirmed something that's straight up unprecedented. The Indiana Fever will have 41 out of their 44 games nationally televised this season. 41 games. To put that in perspective, no team in the league has ever gotten that kind of exposure. Not the defending champions, not the powerhouse franchises, not even teams loaded with MVPs and all-stars. The Liberty, who were in the finals, they got 32. The Aces, the league's dominant force, they're sitting at 30-something. Meanwhile, the Fever, a team that didn't even make the playoffs, are now the most televised team in WNBA history. How? One name, Caitlin Clark. What we're witnessing here isn't just a cool rookie debut, it's a full-blown media and business takeover. Clark hasn't even played a single regular season game in the W yet this year, and she's already moving the tectonic plates of the league. The moment she stepped into the pros, everything changed. TV networks moved fast. ESPN, ABC, CBS, they didn't wait. They locked in their schedules because they know what everyone else is starting to realize. Caitlin Clark equals ratings. She equals money. Let me give you the bigger picture. Just last season, as a college senior, she pulled 2.2 million viewers for a regular season Fever game. That's not a typo. That's more than the WNBA finals. And the league saw a 48% surge in revenue during a time when pro sports are fighting to keep viewership. That's not hype, that's power. Her jersey outsold every other player in the league combined, multiple times. And we're not talking over a season, we're talking in weeks. And here's the craziest part, and it's not just Indiana, it's the entire league flipping upside down. 6 franchises have already relocated their home games to NBA arenas just to hold the demand when the Fever come to town. That's not marketing spin. That's demand you can feel. So yeah, this isn't just a nice story about a promising rookie. This is a cultural moment, a media earthquake, a financial wake-up call. The WNBA just centered its entire season around one player, and for good reason. Because Caitlin Clark isn't just playing the game, she's changing it. Now here's where this story hits another level. Just a couple of years ago, the Indiana Fever were a forgotten franchise, dead last in the standings. No buzz, no sellouts, barely a blip on the national radar. You could walk into Gainbridge Fieldhouse on game night and grab front row seats, like you were ordering fast food. And if you told someone they were going to become the face of the league, they'd laugh you right out the building. Fast forward to now, and the transformation is absolutely insane. The Fever are now the most watched, most hyped, most in-demand team in the WNBA. Not because they stacked their roster with legends, not because they won a title, but because they drafted one player. And everything changed the moment she showed up. Since Caitlin Clark put on that Fever jersey, it's been a full-blown explosion. Attendance at home games shot up 39%, and that's before she's even played a full WNBA season. But on the road, that's where things get straight up historic. Teams are literally rebuilding their ticketing plans around her. The Chicago Sky moved 2 of their home games to the United Center, doubling their capacity just to handle the demand. The Dallas Wings are now playing at the American Airlines Center, same place the Mavericks play. Even the Atlanta Dream, who first tried to play it cool with a venue scheduling conflict, quietly shifted to the Hawks Arena as soon as Clark's arrival was locked in. It's not just hype, it's economic pressure. If you don't upgrade your venue when the Fever come to town, you're leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table, and it doesn't stop at ticket sales. Every time the Fever are on TV, ratings skyrocket. Last season, their average viewership hit 1.2 million per game. That's 3 times the league average. Some of those games even outranked the finals. The Fever went from maybe we'll stream it to must-watch prime time. And the merch? Forget it. Clark's jersey is flying off shelves. Stores can't keep it in stock. It's become the top-selling jersey across all women's sports, outselling every other WNBA player combined. Fever didn't just get a boost. They got a complete rebrand, and they didn't need to win a championship to do it. They just needed one generational superstar to ignite the league. So, yeah, this isn't a hot streak. It's not momentum. It's not a fluke. It's a movement. And the Indiana Fever? They're not chasing the spotlight anymore. They are the spotlight. But for all the love and attention Clark is getting, let's not pretend everyone's on board, because as the Fever rise, so does the Backlash. And trust me, it's loud. You've got some veteran players grumbling about all the media attention. You've got headlines calling the league biased. You've got fans online saying it's all just hype, that she hasn't proven anything yet, that she's getting special treatment. And then there's the really messy stuff. People saying it's only happening because she's white. And look, that's a real conversation. The comparison to Angel Reese, it's not just drama, it's cultural. When Reese hit Clark with the "you can't see me" taunt during the NCAA finals, the internet exploded. She got labeled as classless, unsportsmanlike, all of that. But when Clark did the exact same thing just one game earlier, she was praised for her swagger. A University of Illinois study literally proved that Reese faced racialized criticism during that media cycle. And that's something we have to acknowledge, because it's real. But here's what's wild. Clark never made it about race. She didn't feed the fire, she didn't clap back. She kept her head down, stayed in her lane, and kept ballin'. Meanwhile, the media, they're stoking rivalries, trying to turn every game into Clark versus Reese or Clark versus the rest of the league, just for clicks, and fans are eating it up. But behind the scenes, players are split. Some respect what she's doing, others, not so much. Because let's be honest, when a 22-year-old rookie walks in and immediately becomes the face of your league, that's gonna ruffle feathers, especially when the cameras follow her everywhere, the coverage is constant, and the league itself is clearly leaning into her momentum. But here's the thing, this spotlight, Clark didn't ask for it. She earned it, through record-breaking numbers, through sold-out arenas, through literally dragging a forgotten franchise into national relevance. So, yeah, the double standards are real, but the receipts, they're even louder. All right, now let's talk money. Because while a lot of people are debating whether Caitlin Clark deserves the spotlight, the league is over here counting stacks. We're calling it Clarkomics. And no, that's not just a catchy phrase. It's a very real economic shift that's reshaping the WNBA from the ground up. Let's start simple. Her jersey didn't just outsell everyone else, it outsold the entire league. We're talking about one rookie, who hadn't even played a professional game yet, moving more merch than every veteran MVP and all-star combined. And this wasn't over a full season. This was in weeks. Want more? The WNBA reported a 48% revenue jump last year, the biggest leap the league has ever seen. And let's not pretend that came from nowhere. That spike, it aligned directly with Clark's rise. You think ESPN, ABC, and CBS just felt generous handing the Fever a record 41 nationally televised games this year? Nope. That's business. Networks don't care about hype. They care about ratings. And Clark delivers. One of her regular season games pulled in 2.2 million viewers. That's more than the WNBA Finals drew. Let me say that again. A regular season Fever game beat the championship in viewership, but it doesn't stop at TV. Her home games saw a 39% attendance spike, and her road games exploded by 87%, are literally upgrading to NBA arenas just to handle the demand when she visits. That's not hype, that's market force. She's got families driving hours across state lines just to catch a glimpse. Local businesses cash in on the flood of fans. Ticket resale prices are hitting NBA levels, and in some markets, they're surpassing them. Sponsorships, up. Corporate partnerships, up. National media attention, through the roof. And players, across the board, even ones who've never played with or against her, are seeing financial benefits. Aja Wilson, Brianna Stewart, and others who've long fought for better pay, they're finally seeing the system start to move, because the WNBA now has proof of value. It's not just talk anymore, it's profit. And let's be brutally honest, this is what the league has begged for decades. Mainstream buzz, prime time, coverage, real revenue, bigger paychecks. Now it's here, thanks to Clark. And suddenly the question isn't, how do we get attention? It's, can we handle this much attention? So for anyone still calling this overexposure, it's not. It's economics 101. You bring in the audience, you change the game. You move the merch, you shift the culture, you print money for the league, you earn the spotlight. And that's what Clark is doing. Without apology, she's not just playing point guard for the Fever. She's the engine of the entire league right now. So say what you want about hype. The math? doesn't lie. So with all this success, all this money, all this momentum, you'd think everyone would be celebrating, right? Not even close. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. A lot of people aren't saying out loud, success. Like, this makes people nervous. And that's where the hate really comes from. It's not just about basketball, it's about control. Caitlin Clark is shaking a system that wasn't ready to be shaken. She's a rookie who walked in and, without any league experience, became the face of everything. The cameras follow her. The headlines are about her. The arenas sell out because of her. And for some players who've been grinding for years in the shadows, who never got this level of shine, that stings. Veterans who've been in the league for a decade are now getting asked how they feel about a rookie. And if we're being real, some of them don't love that. Some of them feel like they were passed over, that the league skipped steps to crown a new queen. But here's the reality. Clark didn't skip steps. She kicked the door off the hinges. This wasn't gifted. It was earned. She built her platform in college, pulled record numbers into women's basketball, and created a wave that the pros had no choice but to ride. So yeah, it's uncomfortable. It's fast. It's disruptive. But that's exactly why it's powerful. You see, for years people said, if only women's sports had more attention, if only the stars were marketed better, if only there was someone who could bring in mainstream fans. Well, here she is. Caitlin Clark checks every single box. She brings in the numbers. She engages fans. She's respected by athletes and loved by kids. And she moves the needle. But now that she's actually doing what everyone claimed they wanted, suddenly it's too much. Suddenly it's unfair. Suddenly it's hype over substance. It's not. It's fear. Fear of change. Fear of a new era. Fear that maybe the league needs to evolve faster than it's comfortable with. Clark represents the future of the WNBA and the old guard. Some of them aren't ready to let go of the past. But here's the thing about revolutions. They don't wait for permission. So now the question isn't just, how big is Caitlin Clark's impact? The question is, what happens next? Because the WNBA, it's not just having a moment. It's standing at a crossroads, and Caitlin Clark is the pressure point. For years, this league has asked for exactly what's unfolding right now. More eyes, more fans, more primetime games, more media coverage, more sponsorships, more respect, more money. And now, boom, here it is. One rookie walks in, and suddenly all of those goals become reality. The stadiums are full. The headlines are non-stop. Networks are fighting to carry the games. Jersey sales are breaking records. Players are finally getting closer to the pay they deserve. It's like someone hit fast forward on the league's entire growth plan. But here's the uncomfortable part. Not everyone's comfortable with how it happened, because Clark didn't wait her turn. She didn't ask for permission. She didn't play politics or tiptoe around egos. She showed up, played her game, and let the numbers do the talking. And now the league has to decide, are they ready to build around that kind of star power? Because here's the truth. You don't get to grow and stay the same. Evolution doesn't come with comfort. It comes with disruption, with friction, with criticism, with people pushing back because the system that used to work for them doesn't anymore. But that's the cost of progress. And make no mistake, Clark is pushing the WNBA forward faster than it's ever moved. She's not just a phenom. She's a proof of concept that women's basketball doesn't need to play catch-up, that it doesn't need to wait its turn, that the product is already elite. It just needed a star who could unlock the floodgates. Now the league has two choices: embrace it and ride the wave into a new era, or resist it and risk falling right back into obscurity because fans are watching. Sponsors are watching. Young girls dreaming of playing in this league someday? They're definitely watching. And this moment, it's bigger than a rookie season. It's the start of something that could define the next generation of women's sports. The Fever's rise isn't just a fluke or a flash in the pan. It's a signal, a warning shot, and a challenge to everyone else in the league. Adapt or get left behind. So yeah, this isn't just a hot streak. This is a movement. Caitlin Clark isn't just putting up points. She's rewriting how we watch, talk about, and value women's basketball. The Fever went from forgotten to front page. The league at a turning point. And Caitlin? She's just getting started. But now I want to hear from you. Is this the start of a WNBA golden era? Is Clark the real deal? Or is the spotlight too much too soon? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be in there with y'all. And hey, if you're fired up like I am, hit that like button, share this with another fan who needs to see it, and make sure you're subscribed, because this isn't just about highlights, it's about history, and we're breaking it down every single week. Stay locked in, because the next chapter, it's going to be even crazier.